My name's Susie Collins and I'm the Academy Head at Waveney Valley Partnership Schools. We have a number of children in our schools who are part of the Fressingfield Scout group. Being part of this group allows the children to become confident young people who develop both socially but also in areas of their own interest. The activities and the opportunities that Scout offer these young people are often those that families could or maybe would not access, allowing them the greater experiences. It's not just the experiences and opportunities of activities, but it's also how they are taught. It allows children to thrive, it allows children to grow in greater independence, but also to use their own initiative. As a school, we've been really lucky to work alongside Fressingfield Scout Group. We've used their skilled instructors to offer our children activities such as archery and sailing. I know that the children are very proud of what they do and what they achieve, and we are proud of them too.
Hi, so I'm James, and I was a member of the first Fressingfield Scout Group for 11 years, leaving in 2012. And I've been asked to do a little piece on why Scouts was important to me, and so to do this, I'm going to explain a little bit about myself and what I've done. And so, after leaving school, I went to read history at the University of Kent, and from there I went and did a Master's in Intelligence and International Security at King's College London. Following that, I worked for a few years in Suffolk and London, and whilst doing that I also worked really hard to get myself published in a handful of foreign policy publications. Most recently, I decided to finally follow up my childhood dream of being an officer in the British Army. And just 2 weeks ago, I was commissioned as a second lieutenant into the Royal Corps of Signals. From here, I will do a short attachment with the Signals Special Forces Regiment in Hereford. I'll then do 5 months more of training down in Dorset, and then I will be posted to take on my first command at the 14th Signal Regiment down in South Wales, and that's a regiment that specialises in electronic and cyber warfare. But how does Scouts come into this? The three most important things that Scouts helped build within me were a love of the outdoors, a skill set, and leadership. So first of all, a love of the outdoors. Having grown up in Fressingfield, of course, I already loved the outdoors, but what Scouts did was keep me out there. And whether it was on a Friday evening or whether it was out on our regular camps, it just kept me outside and showed me how beautiful the world is, as cliche as that sounds. My love of hiking and rock climbing all largely stem from my experiences of doing them in Scouts when I was much younger. And these are activities that I do as regularly as I can, so it shows the impact that doing those activities in Scouts has had on me. Secondly, developing a skill set. I can confidently say that Scouts gave me the confidence and experience in the outdoors, especially in the mountains, that my friends just don't have to the same degree. Part of the reason why I was one of the best navigators on my course at Sandhurst is because I started so early in the Scouts. Thirdly, leadership. Scouts, especially being asked to be a senior patrol leader by Andrew, or whether it was helping to organise sessions in my own time as a Explorer Scout, helped develop my leadership, all of which was alongside my experiences of being an Army cadet. And finally, it's worth pointing out that Scouts, or a Scout troop, is one big family, and I'll always be grateful for being part of that family and what it taught me. So finally, I'd just like to say well done to all of you listening tonight. Keep it up and good luck.
Hello everybody. Andrew has asked me to say a few words on behalf of the Parish Council about the way that Scouting is seen in the community. Perhaps learning to be a grown-up is never just about doing something by oneself, but learning to do some things on behalf of others, and lots of things as part of that community. I think Scouting is pretty well the only experience outside school that young people like yourselves can work like that, together in our villages, while still growing in confidence and understanding of our world. I hope this evening is going well for you. Thank you.
Right, scouting in Fressingfield, very, very important indeed, because it produces a well-rounded individual, it teaches teamwork, it teaches good citizenship, it is a sign of a good community. Normally scouts are very helpful, they're training, they acquire new skills, the very nature of scouting teaches lots and lots of new skills, new pursuits, new ventures that people can try. It opens up scouts, cubs, it opens up their minds. In addition to schoolwork, it is yet another platform, another plank that teaches them a lot about life and how they can benefit themselves and the community.
It would be so easy for me to say that scouting is important to me because it's important to our young people, that it's about camping, campfires, knotting, pioneering and even hiking. I could quote our vision, our values and say skills for life, inclusion, youth-shaped, impacting our communities. But I suppose the reason I now find myself as District Commissioner rather than a leader is because I found it was the adults that are really important to me. There's nothing these adults can't and won't do for our young people. And yes, they're all volunteers. Scouting is a wonderful organisation, moves forward as our young people change, but those adult leaders are the biggest reason Scouting is important to me, because they're also important to Scouting.